The Lord makes firm the steps of the one who delights in him. Though he may stumble, he will not fall. There is patience in that. Stumbling is allowed. Falling completely is not. God's faithfulness is not measured by how quickly he resolves tension, but by how consistently he sustains those who trust him. Psalm 37 also reminds us that inheritance belongs to the patient. The meek will inherit the land. Those who wait for the Lord will inherit the land. The blameless will inherit the land. Inheritance is not seized. Inheritance is not seized. It is received. And you do not inherit something by rushing ahead of the giver. The psalm describes the future of the wicked as something that appears solid but vanishes. Look for them, and they are gone. But the future of the righteous, it is peace. Not speed, not applause, peace. This is a different metric altogether. Psalm 37 is not naive. It acknowledges anger. It names the temptation to fret. It sees injustice clearly. But it refuses to let urgency become the ruling force. Refrain from anger and turn from wrath. Do not fret. It leads only to evil. When you rush in anxiety, you begin to compromise. When you rush in compromise, you begin to cut corners. When you rush in fear, you begin to grasp. But God's timeline is not threatened by someone else's success. God's promises are not delayed because someone else seems ahead. God is not in a rush. And if he is not in a rush, then perhaps you do not need to be either. Psalm 37 calls us into a steadier way of living. Trust instead of striving. Delight instead of comparing. Commit instead of scrambling. Be still instead of panicking. It is not the loud, flashy life that endures. It is the faithful one. The one who keeps showing up. The one who keeps trusting. The one who keeps doing good even when no one applauds. Today is not about accelerating your life. It is about aligning it. If God is establishing your steps, you do not need to force them. If God is your refuge, you do not need to prove yourself. If God holds your future, you do not need to outrun anyone. Psalm 37 invites you into a pace that feels slower, but is actually stronger. A pace rooted in trust. A pace anchored in patience. A pace that believes that what God builds does not need to be rushed. So today, resist the urge to hurry your story. Do not fret. Do not envy. Do not scramble. Trust. Commit. Be still. Wait. Because the God who holds the outcome is never late and is never rushed.